Hello everyone, today we'll be building a portfolio website. The technologies that we'll use are HTML and CSS. The objective of this particular project is how to create page content using HTML and then how to style the content using CSS. Finally, we'll be hosting our project online, which means that you can share this project with anyone in the world with a URL. So let's get started. Let us see what the final website is going to look like. So this is what our project will finally look like. At the top we have an image. Then we have some information. Then there are links, firstly to the resume and then to your social media. Then there is some information regarding how to get in touch with you. So let's get started and see how to code this. Firstly, we'll make our HTML file. So we'll be using Visual Studio as the IDE. You can get it for free from its official website. So let's get started. So the main HTML file is usually known as index.html. So let's name our file as index.html. The HTML file is only used to bring out all the elements that we need onto the web page. We will not worry about the styling for now. The styling will be done through CSS later. For now, we will just bring out all the elements onto our web page. Let us bring out all the elements that we need one by one. So this is how our HTML file looks. So initially we'll have to put a HTML tag. The HTML tag will mark the beginning and the end of the file. So let's close the HTML tag. The first tag inside our HTML file is the head tag. Let's start the head tag. We will see what the head tag does later on. The next thing we need is the body tag. The body contains all the elements that are visible to the user. At the end we have the footer. So in the footer, we have all the elements that appear at the bottom of the page. So let's save our file and see how it looks. So till now, we have not brought in any element onto the web page. So it is blank for now. So this is how our project looks currently. Let's bring in one by one all the elements that we require to build the project. Firstly, let's give a title to our web page. We do this through the title tag. So let's say we name the page Pranjal Portfolio and save it. So you can see in the browser's title bar that the name of the project has been changed to Pranjal Portfolio. Moving on to bringing the other elements that we require to finish the project. Let's see what is the next element that we have to bring into the project. So this is our final finished project. The first thing we have is an image. In HTML, you have an image tag to bring in the image that you require onto the page. How will we do this? It's img src. So it's image source. Next, you have to enter the source of the image. That is where you have kept the image. So inside our project, we have made an image folder and we have kept all the images inside this folder that we will require to finish this project. So let's see how will we give the source. So we can straight away write the name of the folder, that is images, and from there we can select the image that you want to bring in. So here we will use two attributes of the image tag. The first one is height. So we do not want a full height image. So we can set a percentage. So this percentage is how much percent of the original image we want to show. So if it's 50, if the original image is 10 centimeters long, and we set the height to 50%, an image with 5 centimeter height will be shown. Next, we will use the alt attribute. So in case, due to some reason, the image is not loading for someone, this is the text that will be displayed instead of the image. So let's save it and see what we have made. Let's refresh it. So we can see that we have the image on the screen now. Let's see what is the next thing we want to bring in. So we want to give a heading Pranjal Jan's Portfolio. Let's give the heading. So in HTML we use tags h1 to h6 for headings. H1 tag is the highest level of heading and H6 is the lowest level of heading. So let's give this heading with a H1 tag. Now we'll save the project. Let's see how it looks now. So now the heading is visible on the screen. Let's bring in the next element. Now let us give a subheading. Founder and CEO victory point. Let's save it. Let's see how our project looks now. So we'll refresh it. So we can see the subheading is also visible now. Now let us give a brief introduction about ourselves. So for that we'll give a heading about me. Let's save this. Let's see how our project looks now. So for now we will not be worried about how it looks. We are just bringing all the elements that we need currently onto our web page. The styling will be done using the CSS style sheet later on. Okay. So now we have the heading about me. Let us write a few lines about myself. So this is done through paragraph. A paragraph starts from a new line and the next thing after a paragraph starts in a new line. So a paragraph is written in a separate line. Now I'll create a section in which I'll write some details about me. So this is the first line. Let us write a few more lines in this section. Let's add another line. So we have created the section about me. Let us move on to the next section. First, we'll save it and see how it looks now. So the section is now visible on the screen. We'll move on to the next section that we want to create. So in the next section, we'll just give a link to our resume for everyone to see. So how do we do that? Firstly, we'll give a heading resume. So in this section, we'll just write a small line of text. Click here to view my resume. We'll make it clickable later on. Let's save it and see how this section looks. So we have all the information in this section that we needed. Moving on to the next section. In the next section, I have all my social media accounts. Let's see how we'll create that section. Firstly, we'll give a heading. My socials. Now we'll put in all the logos of the different social media websites. So the logos are images. So we'll use the img src, that is the image source tag. All the images that I require are already in the images folder. We'll go there. We'll give this a height of 30. In the alt property, we'll use Facebook. The next image we need is of Instagram. Next, we'll put in the image for LinkedIn. Next, we will add the image of the YouTube logo. Now we have all the images that we needed for the socials section. Let's see how it looks. So now you can see that this section is also complete. We'll put all the images inside a paragraph so that they appear in a separate line. And save this. So let's move on to the next section. The next section is contact us. We will have our contact details here. So we'll put a heading, contact me. Here we'll put in the email ID and the phone number. In a paragraph, we'll put the email ID. Now we will add the phone number to this section. So for that, we'll start another paragraph. Phone number. Let's save it and see how it looks. Let's refresh this. And we can see the contact me section is also complete. Now we will move on to the footer. In the footer, we'll add a horizontal line. To add a horizontal line, we use the tag HR. We do not have to close this tag, okay? Just remember this, the HR tag is not closed. So now we'll add the copyright information. For that, we'll use the code tag. So we'll write code. Inside this, we'll add our copyright information. So the text we write inside the code tag appears small on the screen. So let's see how it appears on the screen. Let's save it. Let's see how our project looks now. So we have the horizontal line and the copyright information on the screen now. So we have all the elements that we needed to create this portfolio. What will we do now? Firstly, we'll add links to it. So there are certain elements in the page, we want them to do something when we click them. Either take us to our social media accounts or open our resume. So let's add hyperlink to these texts and images. So firstly, we'll add a hyperlink to the resume section. So where we have written click here to view my resume, we want that to act as a link. Basically, you need to click it and open the resume. So let's see how that is done. For this, we use the anchor tag. So href equal to, in the href property, we will give the link to the location where we want to redirect the user. So when the user clicks this tag, we want to open the resume. We already have the resume in our folder. We'll simply write resume.pdf here. We'll close the anchor tag and it's done. Let's save it and see what happens. We'll refresh our page and you can see the click here to view my resume has changed its color and it is now underlined. This shows us that this has become a link. Let's click on this. So that particular text is redirecting users to the resume. Moving forward, let us add social media account links on the My Social section. So firstly, let us add the hyperlink to the Facebook image. So here we'll write the anchor tag. Here I will write the link to my Facebook account. And after the image, I'll close the anchor tag. Let's save it. Let's make all the images hyperlinks. Then we'll see what happens, okay? So we'll add the next anchor tag before the Instagram image. Here I will write the link to my Instagram account. Now I'll close the anchor tag. I'll do the same for the LinkedIn image as well. Now I'll close the anchor tag here. Now we'll add the anchor tag to this. Now we'll close the anchor tag and we are done. Let us save this and see what we have created. Let's refresh the page. Let's try to go to YouTube. And you can see that the logo is now redirecting the user to my YouTube account. Now let us start styling our elements. So we do that through the CSS style sheet. First of all, let us style the anchor tags. So we want the color to be blue. Now we don't want them to be underlined. So for that we use the property text decoration none. Let's save this. Let us see our project. Let us refresh the project now. So you will see that there is no change in the project. Why? Because we haven't connected the CSS file and the HTML file. For that we need to add something in the header of the HTML file. Let's see how we'll do that. In the header of our HTML file, we'll add this small line. Style sheet. Now we'll get the location of the style sheet. Now the HTML and the CSS file have been linked. Let us save the project. Let us now refresh the page and see what happens. So you can see the underline is gone and the text color is now blue. Next, we'll look at another property that's called hover. So we'll control the hover property of the anchor tag. So when we hover over these links, we want their color to change to, let's say, red. And we don't want it to be underlined even while we are hovering over the link. So text decoration will remain none. Let's save this. Let us see what has changed in our project. Let's refresh it. So now when we hover on the link, you can see that its color changes to red. Okay. Now that we have styled our anchor tag according to our needs, let us move on to another tag. Let us now style the body tag. So here let's give a background color first. Let's give a light background color so that the things on top of that are clearly visible. Next, let us give the text color. Next, we will give the font family of the text that is written inside the body. So for that we use the font family property. We'll use Arial, Helvetica and Sans Serif. You can use whichever font family you feel is best. Next, we will align all the text to the center of the screen. For that, we'll use text align center. Let's save it and see what we have done. Let's refresh this. So you can see the background color has changed. The links have already been changed. The font has changed and everything is now center aligned. Let us take another tag and style that now. Let us style the footer. So as you can see in the project, the footer is not clearly visible as it does not have proper spacing. So we'll use a new unit here. It is called REM. So it gives size relative to the HTML element. Let's say the size of the HTML element is 16 pixel. So one REM will be 16 pixel, 2 REM will be 32 pixel, and so on. So let's give margin at the top and the bottom of the footer. So we'll use margin top as 2 REM and margin bottom also as 2 REM. Let's save this. Let's go back to the project and refresh it. And you can see that the footer is now clearly visible as it has got margin at the top and at the bottom. Let us style the headers now. Let's start with H1. Let's give it a margin at the top and the bottom. Let us save it and let us see our website. So you can see a suitable margin has been given to the Pranjal Jain's portfolio header. Next, let us style the H2 header. Let's give the text color 075 AAB. So this is a color that I like. You can give any color that you want. You just have to enter the hex code of that color here. Let's give this a margin top and margin bottom as well. Let us save our project and let us see our website. So you can see all H2s have been styled appropriately. About me, resume, my socials, contact me, everything has been styled according to the CSS style sheet. Let us now style our H3. Let us give it a margin top and bottom. Let us save it and let us see our website. Now let us style the horizontal line. So we'll style the HR tag. We'll give this a margin top and bottom of 3 REM. Let us go to our website. Let's refresh it and see what happens. So you can see a suitable margin has been added at the top and the bottom of the horizontal line. So this is it. So we have achieved what we wanted to, and we have successfully created the web page. Now we will deploy our website for free using Netlify. And with a simple URL, you will be able to share your work with the rest of the world. So you can create an account on this website. I already have an account, so I'll just log in. So here you can just click on upload. Upload the folder where you have kept all the files. Go to site settings. Change site name. Change the name of the site to your own name. And we're done. You can go to www. The name of your site. For me, it's pranjaljain.netlify.app. Now you can share this URL with anyone in the world. That person will be able to see your portfolio website. So thank you so much for watching. This was all. You can find the code to the entire portfolio website in the link given below. Thanks a lot.